guys, welcome to ACCG here, and today we have a Dimension Dragon deck profile. So before we get right into it, I'm going to announce that we are having a giveaway. Now the giveaway is both because of the deck that we're doing, obviously Dimension Dragon, so having a Sparagonia to give away is perfect, and we want to give back to you guys. We're reaching close to 100 subscribers, so it's really nice to just give back to the people who are supporting us so much. So all you have to do to be put into the giveaway is comment down below your favorite Buddyfight card, and in about 2 weeks there'll be an announcement in the beginning of the next video saying who the winner is, and then what we'll do from there is we'll comment on your comment on this video, and then you'll have a day or two to respond. If the person who gets it doesn't respond, then it'll just keep rolling on. Once we have responded from that, then we'll message you privately to get your address details. This is 100% serious. This will be going to a fan. Once we have sent this card out, we'll be asking the fan to take a picture with the card so that we can put it in the beginning of one of our videos. But yeah, sure, let's get into it. That was really awkward. Kieran's never done one of them before, so let's get into it. So firstly, it's Dragon World, so we have the Dragon World flag, and the buddy we are running is Agonia. Agonia is really nice. I don't really particularly want to go over skills, because if anyone wants to know what the card skills do, then you can just look at what the card is. So yes, his name is Dimensional Dragon Agonia. I don't want to draw everything out because explaining what the cards do is insane. He's the buddy for a reason. All I would say is that with the speed now that you can go into Lost World, it's very tempting to run a Lost buddy, which of course would have to be face down. But yeah, so let's get on to it. First, we're running the 2 Lost Worlds. Obviously, it's pretty damn stiff. You know, it's a Lost World deck, you go into it. But with the set that just came out, we also just got the Impact D-Zenith, which pretty much means we're running 6 Lost World, kind of, because you can search your deck for the Lost World, which is really nice. I know I said I didn't want to go too in depth, but you discard 2 Dimension Dragons from your hand and gain 2 gauge and search your deck for the Lost World. But this is in your opponent's end phase, so you can search for it and then go instantly into Lost World, which is really nice. Obviously you usually want to go into Lost World normally anyway, because you don't want to discard 2. But with the speed that this now allows you to go into Lost when you were going in there pretty quick anyway, it's really strong. Next we're running for her buddy Agonia, Dimensional Dragon Agonia. When he dies, sweet, you can only call one of him per turn, and when he dies you may discard a Dimensional Dragon from your hand. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You can add 2 to hand and 2 to gauge. Really strong. It's just insane. It helps you filter so much. Next we're running 4 Dimensional Dragon Epis. Another thing with Epis is when entered, you discard a card from hand. Not an issue. Like obviously this is used to discarding a card anyway, so it's not a major issue. So we're kind of getting used to discarding stuff. But it looks at the top 6 card of your decks for Dimension Dragon monsters. Yeah, double checking. Yeah, 2 Dimension Dragon monsters or Lost World. So you can search for the flag, or you can just more than likely get a monster, which is what we end up doing. This card is just nice for filter. It's really good in Lost World too, because all the Lost World are Dimension Dragon monsters, which is quite nice. Now to combo with the discarding that those cards have, we have Angos. When this card is discarded from your hand, you may charge and draw. If you are Lost World, you draw a card. So in Lost World, if you use Epis or Agonia, you charge a gauge and draw 2 cards just for discarding him, which is really nice. Sometimes you may have to call him as, because of the sizes of some of your monsters and because you need a Dimension Dragon for a lot of your cards, you may have to call him just to be that Dimension Dragon so you can get some of your combos started. Okay, next we are running this guy that I can't pronounce. I don't even want to try it. Dimension Dragon Dejin? Something like that. This card is insane. It's act counter. Basically, on an attack when your opponent's attacking with a card, if you have a Dimension Dragon on your field, you can call this, and then the card is redirected to this attack. It stops all penetrate, it stops a lot of your opponent's combos, and then the other amazing effect that it has is during your opponent's turn when this card's destroyed, If you have another Dimension Dragon, you draw a card, which brings a lot of combos. There's a draw spell that I'm about to show you that destroys cards, which allows you to, yeah, just pop off basically. It's really nice. It just stops a lot, especially when you want to try and stop that battle phase, as you'll see. So next we're running Dimension Dragon Aplistos. They're so hard to pronounce. Call cost, pay 1 gauge. On entry, you pick. It's the same as Epis, but watered down, kind of. You don't have those cards, so it's nice to just run a variant. When he enters, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can add a Dimension Dragon monster or Lost World to your hand. It's nice. I'm only running 2 of it because the gauge cost, and you just don't really need to run more. 2 is nice. I quite like it. Sure. So next we're running 4 Dimension Dragon Chromator. When it enters, if you have another Dimension Dragon on your field, you draw a card. Really simplistic. There is a new double rare that replaces this, kind of. And the double rare is when you play a Dimension Dragon, you draw a card. Similar to that, but it's once per turn, so it feels kind of clunky. I'm gonna pick them up and try it out. I'm still testing the deck right now, but right now I just enjoy playing the Chromator and just cycling. So actually we're running this card, we're running Dimensional Dragon Dolo, and the only reason I'm running this is because I watched Protagonist's video, to be honest. The first time I looked at this I was like, this is nowhere near good enough for the deck because the deck was already insane. Basically it protects your cards, that's why it's good. As you'll see, everything needs a Dimension Dragon to go off, and in your opponent's phase, the entire turn, it's of importance that you can end the battle phase, and the card that I'm about to show you now, the Alteration, allows you to stop your opponent's battle phase if you have a Dimension Dragon on your field. If it's the 3rd battle of the turn, which is very easy. So having some of this is just a test. But so far so good. So yeah, so I was speaking about the Alteration, an insanely strong defensive card. You mainly cast it during an attack on your opponent's field, and if you have a Dimension Dragon on the field, which you usually will, you nullify the attack that they're in, and if it's the 3rd battle of that, you end the phase completely. Just straight up literally says end the phase. They go, that's it. It's pretty strong. It stops a lot of stuff happening. Next we have 4 Desuction. Firstly, Desuction is insane because it's a counter, but its core cost is destroy a Dimension Dragon on your field. So basically your opponent attacks your center and you just go, okay, so I'll just kill my center and draw 2 cards for free. Well, not free, but you get what I'm saying. It's pretty nice. You gain a life too. So when you cast this, you gain a life and you draw 2 cards, which is pretty damn cool. Okay. Next, we are running 4 The Endbringer. Same as this one. If you can only cast it if you have a Dimension Dragon on your field. Call cost, pay 1 gauge. You draw 2 cards. But if you're in Lost World, you instead draw 3 cards and deal your opponent 2 damage, which is pretty nice. Get that early cycle. It's important to draw cards such as this if you're going Lost World instantly. Next, we are running 2 Lost Stone. This goes along with the size 2. So this stops destruction and this stops nullification of my card abilities, and it gives them a little bit more power. But it is mostly about that nullification. It also reduces damage by 3 if I discard a Dimension Dragon from my hand. I hardly use it. I hardly ever have to use it, to be fair. But the stopping the nullification of my cards is really damn nice. Having this and this on the field is just lovely. To be fair, it's really good against Blood Sect, which is nice. Obviously the destroy and attack too, which is quite annoying, but if you already have this, it stops it. So next we're running 2 Lost of D. So obviously from the original trial deck, I believe. Sure. It's pretty simple of when you play it, you can choose a Dimension Dragon monster or Lost World from your drop zone and add it to hand. It's really nice to use this once you've done all your plays and then win into Lost World, because it just helps you get the combo off, which is really nice. Next we're running 2 Loyalty. I was running more of this, again I'm still testing. There's some decks where you just play Loyalty and their entire combo just fizzles and you win next turn. So I'm cycling between what I want to be running and how many I want to be running, but the next one we're running is the 2 Recover Veil, sorry. It's insane. The reduced damage to 0 is just nuts. Like, it allows you to get to the third attack so you can stop their end phase like so easily. It's, yeah, so you just do one and then you can use your redirects and stuff like that too, which is nice. Now usually in a profile that would be it, but let's go straight into the Lost World. So we're running the brand new Vile Demonic Husk Deity Dragon Vanity End Destroyer. It's insane. It's a win con in a card. It slows your opponent down so much and can straight up just go blah blah blah, you're dead. I don't want to go into it too much, but when you play him, you put your entire hand and your deck into it, underneath him face down. At the beginning of either player's turn, you choose a card from the soul of this card and you put it to hand. And I also believe, oh, of course, it's got triple attack, soul guard, lifelink, lose. Now that seems scary, but when you have 30 plus soul in your, well, 20 something in your soul, it's nothing major to worry about immediately. So yeah, there is a card that straight up just puts all the soul of this to your hand though. Oh, I'm trying to remember its name. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's fine, it's the cute one. It's really annoying. Some are running 2 in the sideboard, that's why I'm only running 1 of this. I don't always go into this guy, but if it's game 1, and I'm not very scared of my opponent mainboarding it because that's usually a bad choice, then I have nothing to worry about going into this after my combos, and I'll show you why. So next we're running 3 hard to read Vile Demonic Dragon, Vanity Husk Dragon. I already knew that to be fair. Vanity Husk Destroy, and my apologies. I would one more of this. I'm running the older ones too. I would prefer to run 3 of this and 4 of this and 1 of this. But me and my friends only have 3 of this to spare, so yeah. I'm not going into it. It's been the main boy for Lost World for a long time, so y'all should know what it does. If you don't, start jumping in. Next we're running 2 Epoch. Epoch is a pretty damn nice combo with this card. Because you can use its skill to fish this out of its soul, and then when he's destroyed by one of the things, you just completely like destroy your opponent's field. Obviously this card puts the drop. The only thing you have to be careful is dropping souls, because there's a lot of things stopping that right now, but other than that, it's a really nice card. Okay, so now we're running the cards that we gained in the Secure pack, which is really nice. We're running the Lost Cross Astrologia, we're running the Lost Thunderaxe Agito, and we're running the Gargantua Lost Dragon. All 3 of these are insane. The one that doesn't do as much but is still really nice is the Agito. So the Astrologia gives everything +2 crit, penetrate and counter attack. The Agito gives everything triple attack and has pen and soul guard. This has double attack and soul guard. And the Gargantua Lost Dragon, which is a really damn nice card, literally G Evos, but in Lost World. So you can G Evo straight into this, which is, yeah, that's pretty broke. It's pretty damn ridiculous, really. But yeah, they're pretty nice. They're really nice to have. Okay. Next we're running a lot of draw cards. So we're running the Invasions. It's Invasion from the Deep and Vile. Basically it's the same as Agonia. You look at the top 4 cards of your deck and add 2 to hand and put 2 to gauge. Yes, but you can only cast it if you have a Lost World on field. It's literally Agonia but Lost Vader. It's nice. Oh, well, you don't have to discard, so there's always that. 1 dimension draw. Draw 3, discard 2. Pretty damn simple. This is really good for fishing out the Vile, the big boy. Because you don't care what you discard at that point, you just go into them. Just genuinely doesn't matter. A lot of things are running a lot more than this. It's kind of a +1, but also nice because you can burn 3 Lost World faster. I'm kind of happy with that at 1, to be fair. I'm tempted 2 sometimes, but 1 seems fine. Next I'm running 2 Dimensional Wave. Dimension Wave? Dimension Wave. It's once per turn, which is a setback, but it's nice because it destroys a card. Destroying Agonia is just really nice from this, so yeah. You gain 2 life, gain 2 gauge. Yes, gain 2 gauge and draw a card, which is just nice. Helps you cycle to get to Evic. Next we're running 1 Dimension Ruin. We only really use this for the put monster from your drops onto your hand, but it also has the other ability of choose a Lost Fielder on your field, and during the battle phase, your opponent, when it attacks alone, your opponent cannot call counter, which is okay. Which is okay, I say. It's pretty stupid if you can get it off and can straight up just win your games, but I usually just use this to cycle faster, which is nice. Next, we're running 1 dimension life stream in case we're playing against a deck that just gains a hell of a lot of life and just will take me more than 1 turn to kill them. So yeah, it's nice to just put them down from 10. And if my life total is really low and I need more time, I can also gain 10, which is nice. This card is insane. Dimension Denial. Just nullify a spell your opponent cards. Your opponent uses. You can only use. Yeah, you can only cast this card when your opponent casts a spell, of course. But 2 is fine. 2, any more than 2 is, I feel, too many. But 2 is the perfect amount. Like your opponent just, anything with a call cost, any spell with a call cost they use, just honestly damn tasty. Now we're running 2 Distortion Wall. For this turn, damage you take are reduced by 3 damage. What? Again, 2 is fine because you're drawing so much and your lost wall is small. Card's nuts. Just literally like this gives you a turn. Easy. Next, running 2 dimension Cruelty. I kind of like it. It's, yeah, so you have the following options. You choose one and use one of the following 4. Put up to 3 cards from your drop zone into your gauge, stand a card in your field, rest a card in your opponent's field, or drop 2 souls from a card in your opponent's field. You usually use this to stand, or I can use this to gain gauge, but mainly stand. Sure. Next we're running 2 of the Big Weapon. I really love this card. This puts so much pressure. It's 9 damage in a card. Vile Demonic, word I cannot pronounce, Lostless, another word I can't pronounce, Heiser? Sure, we'll say Heiser. Basically, you pay 3 and this card can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I'll leave the field. And I can attack for your center. Now, the other cool thing it has is pen, triple attack, but the awesome thing is this card's equip cost is reduced 1 by every card in your field. So it literally becomes 0 a lot of the time. It's really, really strong. Next, we're running 1 Vanity Destructive Vanish. Damn, I'm sorry, I am recording at like 2 AM, I'm very sleepy. But it's okay, it's a nice impact, it just helps you push. Its core cost is pay a gauge, stand the lost field or any field, and for this turn, gains +5 critical and penetrate, and then attacks. Yeah, and then you attack with it. Yeah. So next we're running 2 of the big Vanity Zero Blazo. You have to have 2 lost fields to cast this card. Its core cost is pay 3 gauge. Steep, I know, but you get it surprisingly most of the time. And then it's simply deal 10 damage to your opponent. You really have to be careful with that recovery veil. I was playing against a friend and I was super cocky because I had my full board out, but he was on 10 life, and I was like, okay, because he had a huge hand, I was like, okay, if I do some of my attacks, because he was playing Astros, he might be able to just bounce some of my cards back to my hand, and if he does that, then I won't be able to cast this. So I went straight into my impact, and he just straight up recovered, veiled, and looked at me to say, what are you doing? And then realized I was like, didn't want to let him do this stuff, so he was like, okay, and then I killed him next time with it anyway. But yeah, that's it guys. So like I said, if you just comment below what your favorite Buddyfight card is, we'll get this shipped up to the winner. So yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.